students. In this video, we're going through section 8.1 about integers. Our learning target is I can understand the concept of negative numbers and that they are used along with positive numbers to describe quantities. Our first vocab term is positive numbers. Positive numbers are greater than 0. They can be written with or without a positive sign. So we could write positive 1 like that with a positive sign, or we could write just the number 1. Those both mean positive 1. Same here, we could write positive 5 just as the number 5 or with a positive symbol. Then we have negative numbers. Negative numbers are less than 0 and they are written with a negative sign. They must have this negative sign. -1, -5, -20, -10,000. Two numbers that are the same distance from 0 on a number line, but on opposite sides of 0 are called opposites. So one is on the left-hand side of 0, one is on the right-hand side of 0, but they are the same distance away from 0, then they're called opposites. The opposite of 0 is 0. So let's underline that one so we don't forget this one because it's kind of funky. Since 0 is not any distance away from itself, it is its own opposite. 0 is the opposite of 0. So now we can get into our key idea for today, which is about integers. Integers are the set of whole numbers and their opposites. So whole numbers start with 0 and then just go up by ones like this. It's like the counting numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and including 0. So those are the whole numbers. Integers are all of those and their opposites. So now we're going to include -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Couple things to note. First, 0 is not positive, nor is it negative. It is just its own thing, and it is its own opposite. Positive integers, since they're greater than 0, they're on the right-hand side of 0. Negatives, since they're less than 0, are on the left-hand side of 0. So let's go ahead and get into our examples. The first one asks us to write a positive or negative integer that represents each situation. So we're going to read the words and determine is this a positive or negative number. Part A contestant gains 250 points on a game show. This word gains, that means it's like their value is increasing, they're earning, taking in points. That would be a positive number. So positive 250, which we could write like this, just 250, or with that positive symbol, positive 250, either way. Part B, gasoline freezes at 40 degrees below 0. That word below is what is telling us that this is less than 0, so it must be -40, a negative number. We do need to include a symbol to mark that it's negative. All right, our next example, we are going to graph each integer and its opposite. So part A, we're going to start by graphing the integer 3. So I'm going to go ahead and label this number line first. I'm going to put 0 right in the middle, and I'm going to count up by ones. 1, 2, 3. This is 3. Graphing, it means to put a point on that number, on that integer. Now remember, we're graphing its opposite now. Its opposite should be on the other side of 0 on the left-hand side, but it should be the same distance away. So this point here is 1, 2, 3 units away from 0 on the right. So its opposite is going to be 1, 2, 3 units away from 0 on the left. It's going to be at the value -3. So kind of an easy way to find opposites is to just change the sign. The opposite of a positive is a negative. The opposite of a negative is a positive. All right, let's try that with part B. We're going to graph the integer -2. Again, I'm going to go ahead and label my number line. I'll put 0 in the middle and count back to -2, -1, -2 right there. I'll put a dot right on it. Its opposite needs to be on the other side of 0 on the right-hand side, the same distance away. So this is 1, 2 units away from 0 on the left. Its opposite is 1, 2 units away from 0 on the right at +2. And again, we can see that the opposite means we just changed its sign. The opposite of -2 is +2.